Hello and welcome to my channel again. Yesterday I discussed choices, and the first choice I discussed is food. Today I want to discuss another choice. It's a choice to have zero stress. Yes, believe it or not, it's possible. And it would be even better if everybody did it, because then there wouldn't have to be stress in relationships. But you can dramatically reduce your stress, and in a place like South Africa, how do you do that? Well, you choose not to have load shedding. Now, this can be a very difficult choice. It could be a very expensive choice. But then we have to look at what does very expensive mean. What might be very expensive for me might be very cheap for you. On the other hand, every one of us has got debt of some sort, fixed costs, paying for a dining room table, or paying for a car, or paying for a house. Now, maybe in all of these cases, we can keep our car longer. Maybe we can drive it for 10 years or 15 years instead of replacing it after 5 or 7 or even 3 years. If we have a house, maybe we can buy a slightly cheaper house. I know we get told to buy the most expensive house we can afford, but maybe we don't do that. Maybe we save 200,000 Rand on the house and then we build our own electrical system so we never have load shedding. And this is a choice, a financial choice. So you look at people around you and you say, wow, that guy's got a great car. That guy went on a nice holiday. That guy's got the latest cell phone. And then you look at some of them, maybe, and they have backup electricity from the sun. Or maybe perhaps with battery power. Maybe they have inverters and battery chargers and batteries, and they don't have access to PV panels to make electricity from the sun. Or maybe they do have access to PV panels as well, and they make electricity from the sun, and they charge their batteries during the day and they consume that at night. And maybe it looks expensive, but you must look at the big picture. What is the big picture? Is it only my electricity cost? Or is it my health cost? Is it my stress cost? Is it my way of living cost? Is it the fact that maybe I'm down for 2 hours a day and I'm working for a client or a boss or a company on the other side of town, and they're off at another 2 hours during the day, which means I'm down for 4 hours a day? Or I put in a generator, which could be a diesel generator or a petrol generator or a gas generator or a solar generator. And these are choices we make that affect not only our cost of living, but also our lifestyle, who we are, our stress levels. So this is a series on choice I'm doing. Today's choice is a choice that I decide to make my own electricity, because I don't want to have stress. When I turn my light on at 3 o'clock in the morning because there's a mosquito flying around, it's quick to turn the light on and see the mosquito and get rid of it. Ask it to leave if you've got that level of consciousness perhaps, or other methods for the rest of us. Maybe you look at an Apple MacBook Pro or an iPhone. Maybe it's relatively expensive compared to other things, but maybe it's quieter. And maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want a really quiet computer. Maybe you want to have a phone that works in a different way to Android for whatever reason. Maybe you prefer Android, maybe you prefer iPhone. Whatever it is, up to you. That's your choice. So we all have choices. Some of us have more choices than others. But if we have a choice to look after our planet, and we have a choice to make it clean, and we have a choice to reduce our health cost and our burden on the state, then we must make that choice. We must make the easy choice. And not say, oh, I'm going to go on my holiday, but I'm going to have load shedding. I'm going to complain. I'm not going to complain. I haven't had a holiday for 3 years. But maybe I'm less stressed than someone else who's got load shedding 2 or 4, 6 or 8 hours a day, and they have to go away. And then it's funny because then they go off grid. Maybe they stay in a caravan and they do gas cooking and then they don't have any electricity, but they manage to get by. So why can't they get by the rest of the time? So it's all about choices. Someone buys a car and maybe the car costs them 100 or 200 Rand an hour to drive because they only drive the car 1 hour a day. But I've got electricity 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I have to make that difficult choice. And I have to stick with the difficult choice. And I have to live with a difficult choice of my friends and family and others flying around doing all kinds of incredible things. But I'm doing the incredible thing of harnessing the sun 24 hours a day. And that makes me feel good, makes me happy, makes me joyful, makes me feel like I'm looking after planet. My purpose on planet Earth, your purpose on planet Earth, is to leave Earth in a better state than you found it. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. We should all leave the Earth in a better state when we found it, physically, because we were here. We looked after ourselves, our health, our life, our lifestyle, and in this case today, we made the choice that electricity is a primary concern. And if you've read my book, or you want to read my book, it's called The Last Blackout, and I've written it specifically as a thriller to engage people and show you how important electricity is in our lives. It's The Last Blackout. It's available on Amazon, it's available on Smashwords and other sites, and if you're in South Africa, you can buy it directly from me. So thank you very much for watching the videos. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing and sharing. Thank you to the 61 people who watched my short yesterday about that first choice about food. 61 is a lot for me, and I'm feeling happy and content for those people and for those sharing and for those watchers. And thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening. Have a good day.